So it's up to you right now to decide. This is the time for you to actually save for your future. Diba? It's a wake-up call. Ayoko naman in 20 years time, ako lang yumaman. Hello. Diba?
Kasama mo ako dyan.
Diba? Lahat po tayo. And this is the truth. I'm actually donating 4 twists a month sa kama ko. Meaning to say, 4 twists a month times 12 in a year. I'm actually donating 48 twists. That's 48,000 pesos. 48,000 pesos times 12.25. 1 year lang yun. Eh, how much more kung continuously na I was giving or I was actually donating 48,000 every year. Meaning to say, ang kama ko is going to get, magkano? 588,000 pesos per year. Eh, considering the fact na magkano ba ang euros na yon? Eh, euros yung pinag-uusapan natin, hindi peso. Kung magkano ang halaga ng euros in 20 years time, that's gonna be double, triple, who knows? Only God knows. Mga kaibigan, milyones na yon na itanim ko sa kama ko. So, Pastor Aglan, praise the Lord, you're gonna be rich. His church is going to be rich, di po ba? Eh, kung ganun din po ang gawin nyo sa inyong church, okay, para rin po sa inyong sarili. Diba? So it's your choice. You want to donate for your churches or you want to donate for your own self, for the environment, for your future. Ganun lang po yun. Christians is not all about saving souls. It's all about saving the environment also and saving for our future. Kasi God provided, He has given us the earth and the heaven for us to take care of. Di po ba? So ipakita po naman natin kung ano rin ang ating responsibility sa Lord. Amen?
Amen.
Alright. So I guess that's all about it. Alright po. Ayan. That's just an example. Profit over 20 years is what? 69. We were just talking about 50 euros. O tingnan nyo? 1,000 lang po pinag-uusapan dati. Pero, calculating na ito, 10%. Pero ngayon po, 15% pala. So ito, considering the fact that we actually calculated here 10%. So, yung 1,000, naging 10,140. Granted na 1 million po yun. Ha? Times 12.25. Okay, times 11.15. My goodness, di ba? So, doon na lang po natin i-base. Alright, 1 tree is equivalent to 1,000 pesos. Diba? Magkano yan pag isinave mo everyday? Magkano pang tinatext natin everyday? Ha? It's more than 30 pesos. Di po ba? Eh bakit may pagkakait ang Lord? Samantala, ibinigay niya yan para ikaw pangalagaan mo rin, ipakita mo rin. Then it's not all about texting, it's not all about kung ano pinagkakagustusan natin. Kung meron din tayo i-invest para po sa Kanya. Diba? That is to show that we are also considering kung ano namang binigay sa atin ng Lord. Alright? 900 buys partner 1 tree. So kayo po mismo sinasabi namin partner. Okay? In Kenya for profit over 20 years. Yun po mismo ang mapupunta sa inyo. But then yung 100, as I've told you a while ago, it's gonna go to that person who actually came to me na, oh Mystica, ako nga pala ang nagdala sa iyo ito. So ano naman sa akin? So automatically, as I've said a while ago, that I was actually given that favor na ibibigay yung 100 para diretso doon sa tao. Kasi kailangan bigyan din natin, di ba? I mean, He's doing something for the environment, for us or whatever. Kailan din, we have to do something for Him also. Di po ba? Katulad ni Ninya. So mga kaibigan, if ever na gusto nyo pong kumita, katulad ng mga nagbebenta ng mga ari-arian, di ba? Yung mga, ang tawag doon, mga real estate agents. Magkano porsyento lang? 3 to 5%, whatever. 10% po to. Oh, di po ba? Ang sarap, no? Alright. For each tree, Berry Globe gives 1 euro for tree planting in the Philippines. 1 tree through UP or others. Just like what I'm paano naman natin, may anong environment natin. So, equivalent to 1 tree na nakuha, o kaya na binili ninyo, they're going to donate 1 tree also here in the Philippines. Okay. Ito. Alright. Kailangan pa ba? Better Globe Marketing Philippines Our Managing Director is Mystica'S. Palakpakan niyo naman po. Thank you mga kaibigan. I'm sure that you already got the ideas. And if you have more questions, ladies and gentlemen, please don't hesitate to ask. Because right now we have Mr. RINO SOLBERG who can actually give some answers to your questions. Anybody? Okay, sir.
First of all, I'd like to to ask about the security of our investment.
Okay, just like what I said a while ago, in every question, it has to be answered by Mr. Solberg, our CEO Chairman.
Yes, first and foremost, when it comes to security, all the questions you are going to ask, I have already answered them myself. Because before we started to sell any trees, we had to find that what can go wrong with the trees. And the first question that came up was, what about fire? If all my trees burns down. And let me make a long story short. I investigated how we could insure the trees. That was almost hopeless for fire. Secondly, we understood that you have never heard of a plantation that catches fire. It's always an old forest that grows down. Plantations are less than 1% of the fires in the world. So that is almost non-existent. However, I was not satisfied with that, because I have to secure everything for the people. So I asked the insurance, can they come up with a price for insurance one tree? And I did a calculation in South Africa with a big company there, and I came up with almost $3 per tree. Now, I thought very quickly that if somebody is going to pay almost $3 for a tree, and on top of that, how much are they going to get back if anything goes wrong with the tree? They will only get back what they had invested. And if you had bought a tree and 15 years ahead that tree went down, you will not be happy by just getting your investment back. That would be a loss. So I said to myself, instead to be sure, let us do it this way. Every time we every time we sell a tree, let us plant 2 trees. So in fact, if anything goes wrong with your trees, we have planted another one to give to you. So your tree will never go down. It cannot be catching fire. It cannot be beaten by any insects or killed by ants. We have a tree secured for you. Today we're planting 2 trees. Tomorrow, when we have our systems in place, we are probably going to plant 3 trees for every one we sell. So to be having a backup of the trees. And you are the one who own that tree. If, let's say that worst comes to worst, which can never happen, but let's say that Better Globe Forestry went bankrupt. Everything went down. First and foremost, that cannot happen because a company can never go bankrupt unless they have debt. And Better Globe Forestry or any of our companies will never borrow any money from anybody. So that means we can never go bankrupt. That's out of the question. However, if that should happen, that, to make it just the worst case scenario, you have a certificate that you own the tree. And the tree, if you have 100 or 1,000, whatever it is, everything is planted there and you own it. So that it's not the company that can claim it or anybody at all. It's your tree. It's outside the company. It's in the company as a liability in the accounts, but it is yours.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Yeah, let me explain also. You see, trees, there are many ways of making money for everybody. And there is, let me tell you, there is not one thing. I've been an international businessman all my life. In fact, many years ago when I was a young engineer, I invented a grinding machine for valves. And for 13 years, I was traveling the world. I had company in Japan, America, Germany, and Norway, and agents in 25 countries. That was my first time I came to the Philippines, more than 25 years ago. And I have never seen any business that is 100% secure. This one is as close as it can be. That's the way I see it. And also, in the process of buying a tree which is yours from the first day, and the tree's getting more and more fat and progress and make more money as it grows. Don't forget, when you are, like Mystica told you, that you are in a market where the demand, it is much, much, much greater than the possibility of getting the product. Then you or we decide a price 20 years from now. So it's a secure, absolute secure commodity to invest in. And it does a lot. It's not only that you get a profit from the tree, but the tree is actually doing so many good things. It's unbelievable. with the earth we are living at. It's God's creation, and the trees are in fact taking care of most of it in itself. And that's quite fantastic the way I see it. We create jobs, we build communities, we hinder desertification, we clean the air, and in Kenya, in Africa, we are planting our business trees. We are taking the dry lands into green land. We are planting trees only where food does not grow. We don't take land where they can grow food, that is left for food. We take on land that nobody can grow anything, and we will change it into a green land. And all the people living around, as Mystica explained to you here, they will get jobs, and we create communities which are waiting. And I think that's fantastic. And in the process, every tree that we are selling and make money on, which bring the money back to the Philippines, from the 5th to the 20th year, we still, on top of that, plant trees in the Philippines, which will give jobs to the people planting the trees, which might get fruit because they can be mango trees or bamboo trees, whatever you like to plant here. That's up to the ones who are planting. Mystica didn't explain it, but we said that we're probably going to work with the University of the Philippines, which she said, and also maybe Senator Lagarda and other. We are working with the Rotary. We have already made agreements with the Rotary. And they are going to, the Rotary members are going to buy trees, and the profit, then 10% goes to the Rotary. And they can take that money and do good with it, the way they like. That can be the same with the ministry. The pastors can, in fact, help you buying trees, and the church can have the 10%. And build the church. That is very good for everybody. And on top of that, or if the people want to donate the money to the church as such, then of course the church will be very rich in the years to come. So those are a combination of ways we can do it. And also another thought that we have been discussing, not formalizing it yet, but we instead of giving the tree to Legarda or the University of the Philippines, provided that the pastors would like to take on the tree planting process and plant mango trees in the communities they are living and harvest the mangoes, they can keep that money themselves. The church. So this way, the people in the congregation and the church itself getting richer and helping a lot in the process. We think that's a fantastic combination. Let me also give a little credit to Mystica here, because in fact when I came here to find a celebrity to endorse our way of doing things, I was only thinking about eradicating poverty in Africa. But Mystica said, we have to help the Filipinos. I don't care about Africa, that's good and well, but I want to help my fellow Filipinos. So in fact, we sat down and we created a system to plant trees and give money to charity foundations here, like Mystica Charity Foundation, and the PWDs, the person with disabilities. So we will help a lot in the Philippines also. So we have recreated a system to help the Philippines. So that's thanks to her creativity.